My voice over there more. It's great to have everybody here. This evening's going to be a lot of fun. We have a bunch of world-class sparkling wines that come from outside of Champagne. My name is Jeremy. I'm the wine director here at Webster's and also Telegraph, our newest spot in Logan Square, and Bucktown, which was our second spot, opened in 2007. And twice every month we host tastings on the second story for 14 years going now, based on a region or a style or a grape or food and wine pairings. And every year, annually, we do a sparkling wine tasting. And it's usually our second best tasting of the year after the champagne tasting, which comes near Christmas time. This always happens this time of the year. Usually we do global sparkling wines, which we're doing now too, but this year, for many reasons, I thought it was most important to do a special focus on Prosecco. Things have happened very recently that have upped the quality of Prosecco more than any other time in the past 50 years. Question briefly, is Prosecco a grape or is it a region? Is it a grape? Raise your hand. Is Prosecco a region? Raise your hand. Yes, you guys are right, no matter what you did. Prosecco, first and foremost, is a region in Italy. It's about 30 miles north of Venice in the far northeast. And as a region established as long as it has been, it gave its name to the grape that grows there. So the name of the grape is Prosecco and the name of the region is Prosecco. That being said, all of that is going to change right now, and that has to do with the wine that's in your glass. The ancient name for the Prosecco grape is actually glera, G-L-E-R-A. And that word is listed on your sheet with the welcome wine. Glera was first mentioned as the grape that goes into the wine that's in your glass that makes Prosecco in 1772. It's a very old name for this grape. Only recently has Prosecco become synonymous with that grape. In 2010, the Italian government promulgated a law saying that any Proseccos made from that time on had to be called from the glera grape from the Prosecco region to help make things easier for us to taste and drink it and know what we're having. So this welcome wine that you guys have from Bisson 2011 is the first bottling made with glera written on the label. It's important to taste this now because in the years to come and months to come, you're going to see glera everywhere. And you don't have to be a professional to scratch your head and say, what does that mean? It is Prosecco. So that's kind of a crucial thing to point out now. So that's one big change that happened in 2010. Since they isolated the grape and called it by its real ancient name, folks are beginning to pay more attention to it in the vineyard and the winery to make better, higher quality wines from it. The other big change happened in 2009. There's a hierarchy of quality within Italy. There's table wines whose focus on quality is very low. There's DOC wines, or Denominazione Origine Controllata, whose focus on quality is a little bit higher. And then the very top tier quality of Italian wine, there are only 73 in the whole country of Italy right now, is DOCG. Denominazione d'origine controllata garantita. Remember all this because there'll be a big quiz at the end. And at that very top tier, the Prosecco region has never had until 2009. And now there are two of them. One is from Valdobbiadene, which is the name of a town. There's a region around it which grows excellent Prosecco from gently sloping hills. And the other is Asole, which is a little bit north of that. If you say it slow, it sounds kind of dirty, so say it as fast as you can. The hills there are a little bit steeper, and we're showing wines from both of the high-quality DOCG areas. We're showing 11 sparkling wines from Italy, 8 of which are Proseccos, and we're starting out with the welcome wine, and then 7 after follow. They're all in different styles. So I'm just going to go through a really brief countdown of why they're different and how. It's important to know, it's confusing not only for casual wine drinkers, for us in the trade too, that extra dry as a denomination on the wine label means that it's sweeter than brut. It's very difficult to think of extra dry as being sweeter, but that's an old European system for rating sparkling wines. So there's a couple of extra dries that we're going to try from Prosecco, especially wine number 7. That has a little extra sweetness, and that's why we're showing that last within our group. The first 1 through 6 are technically dry wines. Brut having only from 0 to 12 grams of residual sugar. Most of those fall within that category. So we're starting with the Bovetti number 1. It's really your standard table, kind of easygoing. It's not a DOCG. It's just a basic, simple Prosecco wine made from the glera grape. And we're moving up from there in terms of quality and complexity too. Wine number 3, 4. Wine number 2 and 3. Wine number 2 is very, very dry. Wine number 3 is very, very dry. Wine number 4 is very, very dry. And they get a touch sweeter as you go on. One thing I should point out in terms of Prosecco, you're going to see it more and more on labels too, since they achieved the DOCG status. They're starting to pay a little bit more attention to their single vineyards or their crus that lie within the Prosecco region. So there are particular single vineyards within the greater DOCG area that are recognized for having higher quality. And one of them is the Crede cru, which is wine number 4 on everybody's list. So I thought it was kind of important to show a single vineyard style among the others. Sorry if it's warm up here. I think the AC is going to be kicking in pretty soon. It's been a super hot day. So outside of the Prosecco zone, extra dry, I think a little bit sweeter style tends to show the glera or Prosecco grape with a little bit more quality. There are other sparkling wines made in Italy, so it was important for me also to show an Erbaluce from Piedmont, Pré Blanc sparkling from Valle d'Aosta, just above Piedmont, and also the very famous or infamous, depending on how much you drunk in high school, Lambrusco, which is a red wine sparkling. I drank a lot of sweet Lambrusco and got lots of serious headaches. That being said, there is a lot of super high quality Lambrusco. That's the name of the grape being made right now. It's all red, it's sparkling. The one that we're showing now comes from the area of Italy that it's most famous for, and it's very dry and super high quality. So if you know Lambrusco as being a mediocre semi-sweet wine, definitely try that. And we're showing the other Italian sparkling. The other Italian sparkling is just to put the Proseccos in more profile. And then following up with what other years that we've done, we thought it was crucial to show sparkling wines across the world too. This evening we're showing mostly Europe. Number 11 is a chocolat, gently sparkling, CO2 added, super refreshing, searingly high acid sparkling wine from just north of San Sebastian in the Basque area. That's a great thirst quencher and should clear your palate after the Lambrusco. And then I think the best area outside of Champagne for sparkling wine right now, beyond Prosecco, is Penedès, just south of Barcelona in Spain. There they make, many of you have probably had it many, many times, cava is what they make there. The grapes there are local. Xarel-lo, Macabeo, and Parellada are the 3 grapes, all with a little bit more acid. They're very refreshing. They're made in the Champagne style, which means secondary fermentation in the bottle. Just like Champagnes, but made with different grapes, and the terroir is slightly different. I love to champion the cause of cava because the quality can be as high as Champagne, but the cost is 1/4. It's great to drink in the summertime, and especially if you're gathering groups. It's hard to afford a bunch of Champagne for groups of 10 or more. Cava is a brilliant compromise in that regard. There's a lot of factory-made cava out there, but there are 3 or 4 like really world-class houses, and we're showing them here. Segura Viudas, Raventos, and Ramona. Those are 3 of the top 4 or 5 houses in that whole zone. A really cool rosé cava comes after that. We didn't need to show it, but I wanted to show that you can make cava that's not white. This is a rosé sparkling wine that, for me, kind of is up there with some of the lower tier rosé champagnes that are made. France is a great area for sparkling wines. They don't all have to be from the Champagne area. Some of my favorites come from the Loire Valley. Wines number 16, 17, 18, and 19 all come from that river valley. The city within that river valley that has the best sparkling wine comes from Vouvray. And there are 2 top houses near that city, and we're showing you both of them. Fourreau and Huet. The grape here is Chenin Blanc, which tends to give a really kind of spicy cinnamon, sometimes golden raisin, but always really clean, crisp green apple character. There are great wines made in Alsace. We're showing one here. Great sparkling wines made in Burgundy and the Savoie and the Jura and the very southwest of France in Gaillac. So there's a chance to try great sparkling wines from each of those zones too. And then we're finishing out with kind of an eclectic group of sparkling wines. One from Germany made from Riesling. A really cool Finger Lake sparkling wine, which is a blend of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Finger Lakes is kind of coming into its own in the past 5 years for a great wine region, and the best winemaker in that whole zone is Herman J. Wiener. Don't miss a chance to taste this wine. I think this is better than any sparkling wine being made on the West Coast right now. There are some great ones, but that one's fantastic. And then we're finishing with a French wine made in the ancient style. Only one fermentation in the bottle, so it's a little bit trapped with the CO2, and when that happens, there's sugar in the bottle also. So that's why I put that French wine at the end. In the glass, it's going to look like a pink wine. It has a bit more residual sugar, but it's a great pair with dried meats. So that's kind of an overview of our lineup. Many of you might be here for the first time. Wines are set up at the bar from 1 to 27, from right to left.